These are sunglasses, okay? They serve one main function, which is to block the sun from your eyes, or at least that was the intended function when these were created, right? To block the sun from disturbing your eyes when you're driving or just being outside. However, they can come with extra features. For example, these ones have got like an ultraviolet filter, which means it blocks out UV light, and that tends to make things pop a bit. The sky is bluer, that kind of thing. So I would be willing to spend a little bit extra to get that added benefit of the UV filter, right? Another function that most of these have is to make you look good. These are cosmetic glasses after all. In fact, some people don't even care about the sun blocking feature of these things. They just want glasses that make them look good. I bought these for 150 rands in Markham. I thought that was a fairly decent price for such good looking glasses. However, my question to you now is, would you pay 5,000 rands for these glasses? Of course not. That would be preposterous. I hope I'm using that word right, actually. Here's the definition of the word: contrary to reason or common sense, utterly absurd or ridiculous. I would like to think that you feel the same. Why would you spend 5,000 rands on something that's clearly not worth 5,000 rands, right? That part of your brain that came to that conclusion, for some reason, it decides to just go offline when you are, car shopping, or when you're looking at cars in general. And I can guarantee you that part of your brain definitely works. I mean, it managed to reason that these aren't worth 5,000 rands. If you are, for me personally, that part of the brain shouts a bit too loud when it comes to food. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, if it has the nutrients I need, that's all I need. Okay, if pop can do the job, I'm gonna have pub every single day because, well, it does the job. But there are some cases where, you want to ignore that part of the brain. I've been thinking, I should take my girl out to that fancy restaurant, the 12 Apostles, eh? It's a really good restaurant. Yeah, but I don't think we can afford 300 rands per meal, hey? You can cook, okay? Just cook cook us something at home. It's cheaper. Yeah, it is, but it's our anniversary. I kind of want to do something special. That is the financially responsible thing to do. Can't you even compromise or something? Fine. Take it to McDonald's. Really, nigga? Yes, after all, it's the thought behind the action that counts. Well, I feel like she's been saying that a bit too often these days, eh? Well, maybe that's because I've been doing my job very well. Thank you. Sometimes people buy an expensive car because they want to send a message. They want people to perceive them as wealthy, right? Even though they're not, but it doesn't matter as long as you think I am. Why do they do that? Well, it's simple. Rich people usually have very expensive habits, okay? You can easily tell somebody's rich. Well, not easily, but you can usually tell when someone's rich by just, looking at the cars they drive, the kind of houses they live in, the kind of food they eat, that kind of shit. These aren't very good signs to tell whether someone's rich, but unfortunately, these are signs we use to determine whether someone's rich. Sometimes it's not always to send a message to other people to tell them that that you're rich, whatever. Sometimes it's to convince yourself that you're making it. At some point in your life, you might be thinking, hey man, I need to spoil myself. I've been working so hard, I need something to show for it. What better way to show that you've made it than buying an expensive asset? Like a car, for example. Unfortunately, these lifestyles cost money, and people who aren't really financially savvy will end up using all their income on the lifestyle, which is not exactly a good idea. In some worst cases, they actually go into debt for that lifestyle. The best part about being wealthy is after all this money you've spent on cars, houses, and lifestyle and stuff, they still have more than enough money to invest and make even more money. This is how rich people stay rich. They use their money to make more money. Some people don't use their money to build wealth. They tend to just drown in debt because they're trying so hard to reach that stage in life where they can buy their favorite car, buy their nice houses, live their fancy lifestyle, but they don't have that money just yet. Therefore, they start doing shortcuts, getting into debt, getting expensive ass loans. I'm not immune to these guilty pleasures. There are many times where I will spend hours on car sites just browsing cars. Of course, I am speaking from a point of privilege because after all, I have a car. And here I am telling you not to buy a car. But I still fall prey to this, to this lifestyle creep trap. Okay, like I said, whenever I see, get into my friends' cars and stuff, I'm just like, damn, I could use an upgrade right now. My car is like super light. When I'm on the highway, it's so noisy. I can't even, drive that fast even if I wanted to, because it feels like, the car will just break apart. So there are lots of moments where I just want to buy a new car. But every single time I just look at those prices, I think to myself, what else can I do with this money? A VW Golf from 2015, that's like what, 5 years old, is going for like 150,000 rands. Like, if you want to buy a 2015 VW Golf, you'll probably budget around that much. If you were to get a loan for that much money, you end up paying back around 3,500 rands per month for the loan. And also remember that, cars come with additional charges. You've got insurance, which for Golf is probably going to be at least 1,000 rands. You also have, parking fees if you don't have a parking bay and all that stuff, or at least for Cape Town, that is. Fuel to drive the car around. And lastly, maintenance. You need to make sure you service your car at least like once a year. So that 3,500 rands ends up being more like, 5,000 rands a month. This would be nothing if your salary was like 100,000 rands, because this is what, 5,000 rands, that's insignificant to your salary. But if you have a salary of like what, 30,000 rands, that's 17% of your salary is going towards something you cannot make money out of. In fact, you lose money out of it. If you spend money on these sort of assets, cars and things that don't, build wealth, then you are basically stifling your own growth. Lifestyle creep is a thing, eh? The more you indulge in these pleasures, the more you want to indulge even more. People who aren't financially savvy will tend to use debt to fund their lifestyle, right? You get a loan to get a car. You buy your clothes on a credit. Eat out at restaurants using a credit card, which you're gonna pay back over like 5 to 10 months. That sort of behavior is only going to keep you where you are, and in some cases take you backwards. Because thing about debt is you don't really realize it when it's racking up, eh? Because your life is blended. Anyways, I just wanted to share my thought process when it comes to things like this, buying cars, that kind of stuff. The first thing I think of is, what else can I do with this money that will result in wealth creation instead of, wealth degradation? There's not much wealth to talk about. I've been looking for the best place to record in my apartment, and now in my kitchen. I quite like the setup actually. I like having somewhere to put my laptop and stuff. This is quite nice. Oh, that glass is visible, isn't it? Damn it, it wasn't supposed to be. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Leave a like so that YouTube can share the video with other people. And before you leave, just check out the videos on the screen here, and I'll see you in the next video.